Hi everyone, this is Susie again, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for vegan tortas ahogadas. And here are some of the ingredients. These are just the ingredients for the sauce, because I can't fit all of the ingredients, but the description box below will have all of your ingredient list, okay? So let's get started. So for those of you that don't know what a torta ahogada is, in Mexico, in Guadalajara, they sell these we call bolillos. They're like a roll, like a French roll, but in a small size. And they're like really crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. And they drown these in sauce. So that's what it means. It means like drowned torta in a very spicy sauce. Today I'm going to be making the vegan version of it because these are traditionally stuffed with meat. But we're going to be doing this with some refried beans, some sliced avocado, and some red onions. Okay, so if that sounds good to you, stay tuned. So here's a picture of what they originally look like, okay, so you can get an idea in case you've never seen them. So let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is start with my onions. So what I do with the onions, you can either have like red onions or white onions, it doesn't matter, and I cut them in a circle, and then I cut them in across, so that you have like smaller pieces, or you can do just chop it however you want, it doesn't matter. And this is about maybe 2/3 of a cup or so, and to this we're just going to add some lemon juice. And I got this really cool tip from this lady on YouTube. She juices her lemons every few days, and that way she has it stored, so every time you need some lemon juice you don't have to be squeezing out lemon, you just have it there. So I've been doing that for a couple of days and it works out perfectly. And you just want to stir, make sure that all the onions are coated, and you don't have to do this, you can just chop your onions and just add them like that to your tortas. But the lemon juice gives it a little extra flavor, and I really like that. So you're just going to let these sit, and I will probably just stir them once in a while I'm getting everything else ready, and just give that a stir and let that sit at room temperature while we do the sauce, okay? Okay, so to make the sauce, I just have 4 tomatoes, and I put some water in that, almost to cover. And I'm just going to boil that until the tomatoes are completely cooked and soft. Oh, and at this point, you can add your chile de arbol as much as you want. You can add 1, 2, as many as you want. And you just would add them to your sauce and let those boil there as well. Or you can add some of my homemade hot sauce picante chile bruto, the one that I have the video for, and you wouldn't add this to your pot right now. Once the tomatoes are cooked and you're going to blend everything, then you would add the chile to the blender and blend that in. Okay, because all this is chiles, garlic, salt, and water. So, and a little tiny bit of oil where you fry roast your chiles. So I'm going to use my hot sauce, so I will just cover this up and wait for the tomatoes to cook, and then we'll be back. Okay, so while the tomatoes are cooking, let's talk bread, okay? So originally you saw that this was made with bolillo. However, because I'm trying to stay away from white flour, and it's a little difficult to find good vegan like French bread or stuff. At least, sometimes it's a little hard. So I decided I would do a recipe with something that people already have, probably in their home. So one of them is the hot dog buns. So I just make it with hot dog buns because those I know that are vegan and they're healthy and they're whole grain, and so I just decided to do it with that, and they're sturdy enough to hold the sauce. The other thing I've done it with is just like simple sandwich bread. I use the Ezekiel 100% whole grain bread. I use that. I've just put I make it like a sandwich. I toast it. First I toast it. So either one you toast in your little toaster oven or your regular toaster. And then you put, your beans. So if I do in the sandwich one, I will do like a sandwich, but I do it with like the beans, and I put the avocados, and then I put the onions, and then I top it with my other bread, and then I put the sauce on top. Okay, so I'm just giving you these two options. Or, if you still eat white bread and you can find the bolillos or the Portuguese bread, also is like really crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. Those are really, really good too. So any roll that you guys like, or if you make your own, would be perfect, but this is what I'm going to be showing you today, okay? Okay, so the tomatoes cooked for about 15 minutes, and I ended up adding some of the chiles just so you guys could see the whole thing. So I have my tomatoes here, and I'm just going to place them into the blender. They are still a little hot, but you can let them cool a little bit if you want. And I put 3 of the chiles de arbol, okay? So we have 3 of the chiles. And you can start with like 1 of them first and see how spicy it is, and then add the other ones because it's easier to put in than to take out. And I will put the exact measurements in the description box. But to this we're going to add garlic. I have like 2 big cloves of garlic. Apple cider vinegar or white distilled vinegar. Some sesame seeds. They can be toasted or not, it doesn't matter. Some salt and clove, ground clove, and some pepper. That's as much as you want. And the chile de arbol, this is one of the labels. That's how we spell it, okay? And we're going to blend this until smooth. Okay, I blended the sauce, and this is what it looks like. I just want to show you guys. And because it's super hot right now, I'm not going to need to warm this up. So I'm just going to use it like this because it's hot enough. But if, like, let's say you can make this sauce a day ahead, and the next day you would just need to warm it up just a tiny bit. It doesn't need to be super hot because then the bread will be really, really soggy with the heat of the sauce. So it just needs to be a little warm. And it's ready to use, okay? And then now at this point, I like to add my dry oregano. I don't like to add it when I'm blending it for some reason. To me, it changes the flavor. Maybe it's just me, but I like to add it at the very end. Or maybe that's how my grandma used to make it. I don't know. Okay, then you just stir it in. And you can adjust the seasonings if you want more salt, more pepper, more clove, whatever you like, okay? And now it's ready to be assembled, okay? That's the sauce. Okay, so we are ready to assemble our torta ahogada. So I warmed up the bread in the toaster oven, and I just sliced it because for some reason these don't come sliced. So you just slice it open, and now we're going to fill it with our beans and the rest of the ingredients, okay? So here you can do whatever you want. There's no really way of doing this except, obviously you put your beans into your bread. And originally how people eat it is once it's like has the sauce and everything, you just grab it and you go in and you eat it. But I find that pretty messy, so I just eat it with like a fork. A fork and a knife. So if you don't want to get all messy and dirty, you can just have it with a fork and a knife. Okay? And you just put in your beans. And then I like to put in my slices of avocado in there. And also this is great for like summer food because I think everything is like room temperature when they sell it in Mexico. They don't, like, nothing is really warmed up. Everything is like room temperature, so it's perfect for summer food. And then you can either put your onions inside here. Oops, there's room in there. You can add your onions. And if you want, you can add a little bit of salt to your onions as well, if you like. If not, just the lemon juice by itself is good. And then now, what we do is you just pour your... Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you, traditionally in Mexico, they make 2 different sauces. They make the tomato sauce, and then they make really super spicy picante sauce. So, but because I don't like to make two sauces, I just like to simplify my life. I just make one sauce, and that is, you know, pretty spicy for me. So that way I don't need to make two separate ones. And I always have extra hot sauce for my husband because he likes things super duper hot. So I have that for him. But this is spicy enough for me. So that way, you know, you'll see a lot of recipes online that they have two different sauces. I only make one. So, and then you just drizzle a little bit of your favorite vegan sour cream on top. And that's it. It's ready to eat. It's that simple. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, I know you can't see anything but the sauce and the sour cream, but it's ready to eat. I wanted you to guys see it close up. Okay, so this is my husband eating the torta ahogada. So that's one way to eat it. Or like I say, you could just grab the whole thing and bite into it like a hot dog. So, and then there's a hot sauce if you want something more spicy, you just add the hot sauce. And right there on the side is the agua de Jamaica that we did yesterday, the hibiscus water. So that's how we Mexicans eat. We have our food and then we have an agua fresca on the side to wash it all down. So I hope you guys enjoy it and give it a try, and hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.